Have you ever wondered if the echoes of the past can still be heard today, especially at places of significant historical events? In the heart of Pennsylvania lies a field of honor, a place of profound historical significance, the Gettysburg Battlefield. This hallowed ground was the stage for one of the most pivotal and bloody battles of the American Civil War, a fierce conflict that raged for 3 long days, from July 1st to 3rd, 1863. Two forces, the Union Army of the Potomac and the Confederate Army of Northern Virginia, clashed in a decisive battle that would mark a turning point in the war. The echoes of cannon fire, the cries of the fallen, and the victorious cheers of the Union Army still seem to resonate in the air. The battlefield is a vast expanse encompassing iconic landmarks that bear witness to the valor and sacrifice of those who fought there. Cemetery Ridge, a key defensive position for the Union Army, stands as a silent reminder of the fierce resistance against the Confederate onslaught. Little Round Top, a rocky hill on the battlefield's left flank, was the site of desperate hand-to-hand combat. Its strategic importance was paramount, and the Union's successful defense of this position was a crucial factor in their overall victory. And then there's the Peach Orchard, where a brutal clash resulted in heavy casualties. Its tranquil appearance today belies the violence that once unfolded beneath its branches. Scattered across the landscape are numerous monuments and memorials, silent tributes to the bravery of the soldiers who fought and fell here. Among them lies the solemn Soldiers' National Cemetery, where President Abraham Lincoln delivered his famous Gettysburg Address, a poignant tribute to the fallen and a testament to the enduring principles of liberty and equality. Today, the Gettysburg Battlefield stands as a poignant testament to the resilience of a nation and a symbol of the high cost of preserving the Union. Yet it is more than just a historical landmark. It is a place that stirs the imagination, evokes the echoes of the past, and leaves an indelible mark on the soul. The Gettysburg Battlefield is not just a testament to the resilience of a nation, but also a site that evokes the eerie feeling of the past. On July 1st, 1863, the Battle of Gettysburg began, marking a significant turning point in the American Civil War. The first day of this epic confrontation was marked by initial Confederate success against the Union forces. The day dawned with the Union Army of the Potomac, led by Major General John Reynolds, arriving at the battlefield. They took up positions on McPherson Ridge, west of the town of Gettysburg. The Confederate Army of Northern Virginia, under the command of General Robert E. Lee, was not far behind, advancing from the west and north. The battle commenced when the Confederates clashed with the Union's Iron Brigade near the Chambersburg Pike. The Union forces held their ground, repelling multiple Confederate assaults. However, the relentless pressure from the Confederates, combined with the arrival of additional Southern troops, began to turn the tide. The Union line, stretched thin and outnumbered, began to falter. Then, a devastating blow struck the Union forces. Major General Reynolds, their commander, fell, killed by a Confederate sharpshooter. His loss sent shockwaves through the Union ranks. Despite this setback, the Union soldiers continued to resist, holding off the Confederates as long as they could. As the day wore on, the Confederates managed to break through the Union lines at Barlow's Knoll on the Union right flank, forcing the Union troops to fall back. The Confederates capitalized on this success, pushing the Union forces through the town of Gettysburg and onto Cemetery Hill, a commanding high ground south of the town. The Union forces, though battered and bruised, held on to Cemetery Hill, setting up a defensive position. Despite the Confederates' initial success, the Union's strategic position on Cemetery Hill gave them a glimmer of hope. The day ended with the Confederate forces in control of the town of Gettysburg, but the Union forces, in a strong defensive position on Cemetery Hill, were far from defeated. As the first day of the battle concluded, the Confederates held the upper hand, but the Union forces were far from defeated. This was just the beginning of a battle that would resonate through history, a battle that would shape the future of a nation. The following 2 days of the battle saw a shift in the tide of the war. As dawn broke on the second day of the ferocious battle, the Union Army, under the command of General George Meade, had strategically positioned itself in a defensive line along Cemetery Ridge. This fishhook-shaped formation was a tactical masterstroke, providing the Union soldiers with a commanding view of the battlefield and a strong defensive position. Meanwhile, the Confederate Army, led by General Robert E. Lee, prepared for another day of fierce combat. Lee, known for his tactical brilliance, had a plan. he ordered a series of assaults on the Union's left flank, hoping to dislodge Meade's men from their advantageous position. But the Union's defense was impenetrable, and the Confederate attacks were repelled with heavy losses. On the third day, the scene was set for one of the most infamous episodes of the Civil War, known today as Pickett's Charge. Lee, in a desperate bid to break the Union line, ordered an all-out assault on the center of the Union position. Around 15,000 Confederate soldiers led by General George Pickett marched across an open field towards Cemetery Ridge. But the Union was ready. A deadly hail of artillery and rifle fire rained down on the advancing Confederate soldiers. Despite their bravery and determination, Pickett's men were decimated. The charge was a disastrous failure for the Confederacy, resulting in over 50% casualties and effectively ending Lee's hopes of a victory at Gettysburg. The second and third days of the Battle of Gettysburg were a turning point, not just in the battle, but in the entire war. The Union's strategic defense and the Confederates' failed attack shifted the momentum in favor of the Union, setting the stage for their eventual victory in the Civil War. The end of the battle marked a decisive victory for the Union. But the echoes of the past at Gettysburg seem to reverberate more than just historical significance. There's an otherworldly energy that permeates the air, a spectral resonance that whispers tales of the fallen, their lives, their bravery, and perhaps their unrest. Gettysburg Battlefield, steeped in history and bathed in blood, has been the stage for countless reports of ghost sightings and paranormal activities. From the solitary visitor to the seasoned paranormal investigator, many have been touched by the unseen hands of Gettysburg's spectral inhabitants. Phantom cannon fire, echoing from another era, has been reported by many. The deep thunderous boom resonating through the air, a chilling reminder of the fierce battle that once raged here. Some have even reported the smell of gunpowder lingering in the air, a sensory ghost of a battle fought over 160 years ago. There are also tales of apparitions of soldiers, some seen marching in formation, others wandering aimlessly, as if lost in time. Undeterred by the passage of centuries, these spectral soldiers are often seen in the early morning mist or at the dusk, their ethereal forms blending with the fog and twilight. One of the most reported phenomena is the sound of ghostly bugle calls, the spectral notes floating across the battlefield, an eerie serenade to the fallen. There are also tales of ghostly voices, whispers in the wind that speak of old battles and fallen comrades. Perhaps one of the most poignant stories is that of a phantom rider, believed to be the ghost of a Confederate soldier, seen galloping across the battlefield. His spectral form, shrouded in the mists of time, rides on, perhaps in search of a battle that has long since ended. These are but a few of the many paranormal occurrences reported at Gettysburg. Each one, a spectral thread in the rich tapestry of Gettysburg's paranormal heritage, a testament to the enduring spirit of those who fought and fell on this hallowed ground. To this day, the Gettysburg Battlefield remains a hotbed for paranormal enthusiasts. Their fascination fueled by the countless stories of ghostly encounters, spectral soldiers, and phantom cannon fire. The Gettysburg Battlefield is more than a historic site. It's a symbol of the high cost of preserving the Union. As we delve into the legacy of this hallowed ground, we cannot overlook President Abraham Lincoln's famous Gettysburg Address. Delivered on November 19, 1863, Lincoln's words echo through time, honoring the fallen and emphasizing the enduring principles of liberty and equality. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here, he said. And indeed, the world has not forgotten. This battlefield, where the Union Army of the Potomac clashed with the Confederate Army of Northern Virginia in one of the most pivotal and bloody battles of the American Civil War, has left an indelible mark on American history. The valor and sacrifice of the soldiers who fought here have turned iconic landmarks such as Cemetery Ridge, Little Round Top, and the Peach Orchard into poignant reminders of the high cost of preserving the Union. Today, the Gettysburg Battlefield stands as a testament to the resilience of a nation. Adorned with numerous monuments and memorials, it serves as a solemn tribute to those who laid down their lives for the cause they believed in. The Soldiers' National Cemetery, a part of the battlefield, is a place of reflection, where one can pay respects and ponder the magnitude of the sacrifices made here. Yet the legacy of Gettysburg extends beyond the annals of history. The battlefield, with its eerie ambiance, has garnered a unique blend of historical and paranormal significance. The whispers of the past seem to linger, creating an atmosphere that is both haunting and captivating. The tales of ghostly apparitions and strange occurrences serve to amplify the enigma that surrounds Gettysburg, making it a place of intrigue for enthusiasts of the unknown. As we remember Gettysburg, we're reminded that sometimes history doesn't just reside in the past, it echoes through time and perhaps even beyond.